Hello guys, hello vinyl community. I was checking out the stats in my, in the YouTube studio to see my audience and stuff. And I'm just like new, so I don't have many subscribers or so, but I saw 100% of my viewers were men. I'm back to do a quick follow-up on my Record Manifesto video because I got some reactions. I mean, I'm new to this YouTube thing and I don't have many subscribers or anything, but this video kind of, for me, took off and had a lot of reactions, and many got really upset with what I said. So I realized that when I did this video, I kind of just told you how I collected, but I didn't elaborate on why or so. So I thought I would go a little bit deeper into why I do things, and try to respond to some of the negative comments that I got. I even got some thumbs down, and I'm just like, what? I'm just a record collector sharing my view on collecting, but that really upset some people, and that's totally fine. But when the comments got personal and throwing shit at me because they didn't agree with how I collect, that's just stupid, man. One of the comments that I got was about me collecting only original vinyls, no reissues. I have a no reissue policy in my collection, and that really upset some people and said it was limiting, and that even that I wasn't a music lover and stuff like that. And that is just bullshit. But let me explain a little bit more why I just collect originals. When I started to collect, and when I started to finding out about all these wonderful underground bands from the 60s and the 70s, and discovering a whole new world of music that I didn't know existed, I started to buy reissues, because that's where you start, right? It's a great way to start to explore stuff. So I bought a lot of reissues of UK folk and psych and stuff like that. And back then I also started a blog, because blog was the thing at that time. It was called Peppermint Store. Don't know if anyone of you remember it, but if you do, put down a comment. It's not around anymore, but I had a blog where I wrote about these records, and a fun time. But when my interest grew, I started to also get interested in the artists and the time they were released. So I started to try to find the originals, because that gave me a bigger kick when I finally found one. So that has evolved over the years, and a few years back I just got rid of all my reissues and just focus on finding originals. And yes, that is limiting to my collection. I mean, for instance, someone mentioned Music Emporium or other really big rarities like Billy Nichols or so. I'm kind of fine with that, not having them in my collection. And I am quite fine with knowing that I will never have them in my collection. But I can listen to them. And that's the key point here. I consume music in different ways. First, I listen on vinyl a lot. Second, I listen digitally. I stream music and I listen on YouTube. And I mean, when I'm at work, and I'm at work for 8 hours a day or so, I listen to music there. I stream music. In the evening, sometimes I both play vinyl, and when the kids are gone to bed, I listen digitally on YouTube and other platforms to find new music, because the search and the hunt for records is what I live for. That's the best thing, finding music you haven't heard, and exploring the artist, and then trying to find the original vinyls. That's the great joy for me, to hunt down these records. The kick you get when you finally find an original that you have been looking for years and years, that is really hard to beat. I mean, I can go and buy a Music Emporium right now for $20 or so, a reissue. I'm not really interested to have it on a reissue because I can listen to it digitally. So I rather listen digitally than having a reissue on vinyl. So that doesn't mean that I don't love the music, that I don't like the music. I just consume music differently. Sometimes I listen digitally, sometimes I listen on vinyl when I have the originals. So I separate listening and collecting. I collect originals, I listen to a lot more. That's also when it comes to genres. I collect like psych, folk, indie rock and stuff like that. But I don't collect like jazz or electronic music, but I like them. I listen to them, but I don't collect them. So I separate listening and collecting. And also to me, when listening to an original press, you put the needle down and you close your eyes and you're back that year it was released. It's the same grooves on the vinyl. It's the exact same pressing as they heard back in that year it was released. So it's like a time machine. And when I listen to a reissue on vinyl, or when I listen to a reissue on a streaming platform or so, I get the same kind of listening experience, the vinyl reissue and the streaming. So to me, I just want to stick to the originals, and I hope you really don't throw any more shit at me about this, but because that's what makes me happy and makes my collection as groovy as it is to me, not to you. Also, I cannot do a video without showing records. I'm here to show records, not talk about this shit. So I have, of course, an original for you. Drum roll. This is a record that's all over YouTube now. Everyone is talking about it. And it's this record. Mind Games by John Lennon. This is an UK original of this LP with the original inner in lovely condition, no splits there, and also of course it is on Apple, and this is a mintish copy. And I mean, I can buy this original for like 15-20 bucks maybe. It's not an expensive record. But now you can buy the reissue for 1,350. Super deluxe box set. Everyone is talking about it. And it has all these cool new remixes of the songs and all this evolution of the songs. And I'm just like super excited about it. But I don't need to own it on vinyl. I want this piece of vinyl because this is what came out in 1973. And this is what it sounded back then when it was released. I want that experience. But I also want to listen to the new stuff. Of course, I love these Beatles remixes they have done with Giles Martin. I listen to them and I really enjoy hearing them. I listen to them, but I listen on streaming platforms. But as a collector, I want to collect the original vinyls. I listen to stuff and I collect stuff. Now I have been rambling on about my Record Collecting Manifesto again. Now I think we could leave this behind and don't get upset about how people collect. You don't have to have any rules. I'm not trying to convert anyone here. I'm just sharing how I collect. We're all here in this vinyl community to like share experiences, show records, recommend records. I'm gonna recommend some really great records for you in my next video. I've been planning to do some obscure singer-songwriters LP that I have. That's my next video, and I will hopefully do more Acid Archives videos. I will do more like show my original records, expensive and cheap ones. So if you can accept that I only collect original vinyls, you can subscribe and there's a lot of cool content coming your way. But if you like think this is stupid, maybe you should not subscribe to this channel. Maybe you should keep on scrolling and go to the next video or so. And no hard feelings about that. Yeah, so that's it. Here's my manifesto again. Deal with it.